I stopped filing my husband's expense reports and his company clawed back $6,000. I've been doing Mark's expense reports for 6 years. Every receipt, every mileage log, every hotel folio from every conference. He'd come home, drop a wad of crumpled paper on the counter, and say, "You're better at this than me anyway." At first I thought it was a compliment. Then I realized it was a job description. He travels a lot, sales. So we're talking hundreds of receipts a month, and his company has this portal that times out if you look at it wrong. I built a whole system. Spreadsheet, folders, the works. Every reimbursement that hit his account, I put there. Thousands a month sometimes. The thing is, nobody ever said thank you. Not once. It just became weather. So back in the spring, I asked him if we could do something for my birthday. Nothing big. Dinner somewhere that didn't have a drive-thru. And he said, "Honestly, babe, I'm slammed. Can we push it?" And I said sure, because I always say sure. The night of my actual birthday, he came home late, dropped the receipts on the counter, and said, "These are due Friday, don't forget." I looked at the pile. I looked at him. "You forgot," I said. "Forgot what?" I didn't even answer. I just went to bed. The next morning, he acted like nothing happened, which is his whole thing. So I made a decision, and I made it quietly. I stopped touching the portal. Didn't announce it, didn't threaten, didn't leave a passive-aggressive sticky note. I just stopped. The receipts piled up. He'd add to the pile every few days like a cat leaving me presents, and I'd walk past it. About 3 weeks in, he said, "Hey, you fall behind on the expense stuff?" "I'm not doing them anymore," I said. He laughed. Actually laughed. "Since when?" "Since my birthday." He got this look like I'd said something in a language he almost recognized. "Come on, don't make this a whole thing. Just get them in. I'm not gonna have time." "Neither am I," said, and I went back to my coffee. Here's what I knew that he didn't bother to learn in 6 years. His company has a 90-day window. You file within 90 days or the reimbursement gets treated as a personal advance. And since the company fronts a corporate card for the big stuff, flights, hotels, anything not reconciled inside that window gets pulled straight back out of his next paycheck. Automatically. No mercy. I knew that because I'd spent 6 years making sure it never happened. So the pile sat and the clock ran. And I said nothing. 2 months later, he comes storming and waving his pay stub. "They took $6,000. Payroll says it's unreconciled travel." "What is that?" "That's the expense reports," I said. The color left his face. "You said you were behind. You didn't say you stopped." "I told you exactly what I said, word for word. I'm not doing them anymore." "You laughed." "You could have reminded me." "I did. On my birthday. You told me not to make it a whole thing." He stood there in the kitchen holding this piece of paper like it owed him something. "So this is punishment?" "No," I said. "This is what it costs." I just stopped covering it. "You cost us $6,000. I saved us $6,000 a year for 6 years and you never once noticed. So no. You cost us $6,000. I just stopped catching it before it hit the floor." He wanted me to fix it. File them all, backdate, call HR and beg. And for a second, 1 second, the old reflex kicked in and I almost reached for the laptop. 6 years of muscle memory. Then I thought about the receipts he dropped on the counter the night of my birthday. "Due Friday, don't forget." "They're your receipts," I said. "The portal's still there. I'll show you the login." "I don't know how to do any of this." "I know," I said. "That was kind of the point." He filed them himself that weekend. Took him 9 hours and he still got 2 rejected. I heard him swearing at the timeout screen from the other room, and I did not get up to help. The pile's gone now. There's a new one starting, small, 3 receipts. He hasn't asked me to touch it. He just files them Sunday nights at the kitchen table, alone, muttering. He remembered my birthday this year, wrote it on the whiteboard by the fridge himself, in the same handwriting he uses for his receipts now.